Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to day 1226. Thank you, Carolyn, of the Daily Antidote of Song, brought to us by the fabulous Carpe Diem Arts in Maryland. But we're not all in Maryland. We are all over the United States and the globe, as you can see by Laris's background. Um, I'm Elise Witt. I'm coming to you from Pine Lake, Georgia, and I am very excited to have as our guest today Jencks. But first, let me say hello to you for being here today. Hello, welcome to the Daily Antidote of Song. Welcome to Aaron, who always makes us look and sound so good. Hello and welcome to Joe, who's driving, Kevin in DC with his beautiful flute. Hello, Kathy in Virginia, Deborah in Kentucky, and Dick and Kathy, our wonderful song leaders in Victoria, BC. Hello, Susan G. Hello, Delhi. Hello, Julie in Ontario. Sheila, Miss Sheila. Hello, Caroline in DC. Arlene in Berkeley, and Papa Curly Top. Maybe some more Curly Tops will be joining us. Hello, Laris in UK, or maybe it looks like you might be somewhere, and I don't know where, but it's so beautiful. I know. Okay, and Carolyn in Boise, Jamie and Kathy with Nancy at Red Rocks. Oh, look at that beautiful picture of daily antidoters together. Hello, Clive in Birmingham. Hello, Susan in Seattle. Hello, Bonnie in Boise. And Storm and Ann in Silver Spring. Cricket dancing in Maryland. Hello, Kate in Charlottesville. Hello, Becky and Linda rocking on Orcas Island. Can't wait to one day be rocking with you on your porch. Hello, Bob. Hello, Leah in Illinois. Hello, Karen in Oregon. I hope that snow isn't actually from now. Hello, Annette and Sarah in Texas, and Terry in DC, and Hindi and Julie and Marjorie and Curly Tops, more of them. Ruth on a train to Birmingham, and Moon and a Hoda in BC, and Janet and Aloysius and LMG. Welcome everyone to the Daily Antidote of Song. Hi everyone, so happy to be with you again today on the Daily Antidote, day 1226. Can you believe it? So amazing. And there are some of you that I think have been here for every single one of those days. Anybody been here for all 1226? Can you wave? I have not, but almost. Some of you almost. Anyway, today is a very wonderful day because we have one of our favorite guests with us. Not that everyone isn't a favorite, but Joe Jencks is coming to us from, we live in DeKalb?
DeKalb, Illinois, indeed.
DeKalb, Illinois, which is not DeKalb, Georgia, which is a county, not a city. But anyway, Joe is one of our favorites. We love having you with us always. So happy to have you and excited to hear perhaps a new song.
Yeah, I got a brand new one today. I started writing this in late June, and it's, like you often as a songwriter get something up into the 98th or 99th percentile, and then you just have to sing it over and over and over and over and over again to figure out where the little burrs are that need to be knocked off. But yeah, it's finally taken shape, and I'm delighted to share it with you today. I had thought about something else yesterday, but I woke up this morning and this was the song that was on my mind and in my heart, and so I thought I would share this with you. The temptation to overinterpret this song is extraordinary. But what I want to do is just sing the song and let you all pull from it what you need to pull from it. I will say that it was inspired by a haiku that my friend Jenny Beneman sent out. She has a weekly haiku that she sends out on Sundays. And there's been an open invitation for years for her songwriter friends to use it as a prompt for songwriting. And even while I knew that was out there, I had not read one that particularly just leapt into song. And as soon as I read the words to this haiku, it came with the melody simultaneously through my consciousness as I was reading the words, which was extraordinary. But art begets art. Creativity begets creativity in all kinds of amazing ways. And so I said, okay, well, I guess I'm writing a song this morning. And I went with the song. The haiku was this: lay down your weapons. Love has got you surrounded. There is no way out. And a minor adaptation of that became the first part of the chorus, and then I was off and running from there. But as I was writing, I realized that for me it was a little bit speaking to the notion from Buddhism about bodhicitta, that the broken heart and the awakened heart go hand in hand, that one cannot have an awakened heart and not be aware on some level of suffering around you. And at the same time, the sorrow and joy live side by side in extraordinary ways. And, the broken heart leads to more awareness. Awareness sometimes leads to more brokenness. But the sum of that equation isn't mathematical, because somewhere in the midst of all of it, it leads to healing. And I think that's where my head was at when I read Jenny's haiku that Sunday. I'll sing the chorus for you a couple of times so you can pick it up. Lay down your weapons. Love has you surrounded. There is no easy way out. Lay down your shield and let your heart break just a little. Let love remove all doubt. Yeah, so it was in tune 5 minutes ago, but that's how it is in the summertime. So we'll try that again. Lay down your weapons. Love has you surrounded. There is no easy way out. Lay down your shield. Let your heart break just a little. Let love remove all doubt. Lay down your weapons. Love has you surrounded. There is no easy way out. And lay down your shield and let your heart break just a little. Let love remove all doubt. You go through the world, everybody's sweetheart, keeping up a front that wears you down. But in a quiet moment, the truth comes out. Some days you feel like you're about to drown. So lay down your weapons. Love has you surrounded. There is no easy way out. And lay down your shield and let your heart break just a little. Let love remove all doubt. There is no reason to play this charade. You can be loved for who you are. And for every troubled thought that crosses your mind, please know that you are someone else's shining star. So lay down your weapons. Love has you surrounded. There is no easy way out. And lay down your shield and let your heart break just a little. Let love remove all doubt. What do you need? By what measure would you know that you are more than what you achieve? When you look in the mirror, is it possible to see that you are enough? So let it breathe and lay down your weapons. Love has you surrounded. There is no easy way out. And lay down your shield and let your heart break just a little. Let love remove all doubt. Once more on that chorus. Lay down your weapons. Love has you surrounded. There is no easy way out. And lay down your shield and let your heart break just a little. Let love remove all doubt.
Oh, Joe, you've done it again. Another incredibly moving, gorgeous song. I'm sure you could see people's hearts on their faces. So, so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. There's some of the ideas in that song have been jumping around in my head for a really long time. There's a wonderful piece. I'm a big fan of The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. And there's a piece in there where they say, speak to us of sorrow and joy. Some say that joy is greater and others say that sorrow is greater. And what do you say? And the response in the poetry is that joy and sorrow go hand in hand. You know, that sorrow is the knife that carves the lute through which the music that is now soothing us was created. You know, that the pottery out of which we drink fresh water that nourishes us had to move through fire before it became something durable. And the conclusion is that they are inseparable, that joy and sorrow go hand in hand in a deep way. And it was not until I started reading some of the Sufi mystics, Rumi and Hafez, and diving into certain parts of Dharma teaching in Buddhism that I began to understand the sort of the broad connections that Khalil Gibran was tapping into when he wrote The Prophet, that there was in his home country of Lebanon, that there was a rich Christian tradition and Islamic traditions and Jewish traditions and Buddhist traditions and the Sufi mystics. And, you know, all of these things had been present in one form or another at one time or another. And it was as if Khalil Gibran was lifting the most unifying bits of wisdom from all of those traditions and putting them in one place. So even though I cite Jenny's, poetry really is the instigating point for this song, and it's beautiful, that first haiku that I altered ever so slightly. I read The Prophet for the first time when I was probably 11 or 12 years old.
Wow.
And these ideas have been floating in my head for decades. And it was just, you know, there is this saying that when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And I've sometimes felt that way with my songwriting. Like I am the student, and every once in a while the universe just drops another piece of teaching in my lap when I'm ready for it or most need it, and it comes through the songwriting. So.
Yeah. Sometimes the teacher isn't a person.
Yeah.
You know, there have been wise people through different ages and cultures who have been the ones to be in places where many different religious traditions exist, and finding ways to bring those together and bring the leaders of those traditions together to realize that they are all working in the same way on the same things. And wouldn't it be great if that would be happening?
Yeah, so I saw a little note pop up. Somebody asked who wrote the haiku. Her name is Jenny Beneman. And if you Google haiku milieu, her website will pop up.
Oh,
And
wow.
she's a wonderful poet and songwriter, among other things, and based in Oak Park, Illinois, and somebody who very much believes in the healing power of the arts. Very much believes that art isn't just about entertainment, but it's a healing practice, both for the practitioner and the listener.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
you've been doing a lot of healing with your music recently at a bunch of music festivals. It's summertime, and you've been at Falcon Ridge, and where all have you been? There's a really cool picture of you on your website.
Yeah, so at Falcon Ridge, I was one of one of the headline artists up there, one of the main stage artists, and um, you know, Richard Thompson was there, and I was pretty excited to get to meet Richard Thompson. He sadly broke a string in the middle of his set, and he moved through it like a pro. But the next morning, I stepped on main stage for a gospel Sunday wake up call that they do, and there was Richard's string, like at my feet where I was going to stand for this next event, and yeah. So that is now riding in my suit in my guitar case as a little bit of extra inspiration. Go Richard Thompson. But one of the real highlights, in addition to performing and sharing my music around with Tracy Grammer and Lucy Kaplansky and Stephen Kellogg on Friday night, was the chance on Sunday afternoon to have a really earnest conversation with Livingston Taylor about songwriting and about what he's doing. And he said he's just been absolutely mesmerized by the old radio orchestra players and the old recording studio players from like the 20s and 30s and 40s, where they would just get a piece of sheet music, they'd get a read through, they'd get one run through if they were lucky with a conductor, and then they were live and playing this amazing music. And he was just talking to me about how a study of songs from that era have been influencing what he's writing, and it's really evident, like he's really been going and dipping his ladle into a very deep well. But he said none of us can understand in this era of electronics. None of us can really entirely understand the level of musicianship and the commitment to musicianship that took to just walk into a room cold and perfectly play a piece of music that you'd never seen before. And yeah, it's pretty amazing.
My partner Mick and I had the amazing fortune to spend many years, the last years of his life, with Stranger Malone, who played music the entire 20th century. And in addition to doing what you were talking about, they also played for silent films. That was before, and they would get color coded music. So if the chase was red, and then the love scenes would be blue and like that, and they just had to like, okay, red's coming up, so they'd like pull up the red music and play that. And can you imagine?
Wow. Wow.
And he also played in the radio orchestras that you're talking about. And then
Yeah.
all the way, yeah, he actually has the Guinness Book of World Records for the longest recording career from the early 20th century up until, I guess, when he passed away at 95.
Wow. That's extraordinary. I was watching a documentary yesterday on ukulele, of which I have one here,
That's what
a little baritone over here. But and there was a bloke in Hawaii who grew up. This documentary was made, I don't know how long ago, but I'm going to go with at least 6 or 7 years ago. But he was 101, and he'd been playing ukulele since he was a little kid when the documentary was made. And one of the ukuleles that he had been given to him when he was young by a member of the then deposed royal family of Hawaii. And he was just so into all the traditions that surrounded that instrument. And at 101, he was still signing autographs and playing and singing and doing his thing. And I just thought that was amazing, because that really is, yeah. My sister and her wife hosted a ukulele festival here in our hometown yesterday. And we had a discussion last night afterward over some sandwiches about that the ukulele is one of the instruments of the people. That throughout history, the history of that instrument, the machete that came from Portugal and ended up in Hawaii, brought by laborers mostly, and took off in Hawaii. But it was an instrument that was totally accessible, in part because of its price point. And all the different sounds that come out of that. But chord voicings, what I wanted to drive at is that chord voicings, sometimes beautiful chord voicings that we might think of as big band or jazz or, old time Broadway kind of chord voicings, are really easy to find on an ukulele. And so we'll see where this one goes. This instrument just came into my life yesterday. So we'll see where it goes. But
Wow.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe there's some new songs yet to be written on that one.
Linda on Orcas Island says that they have a floating ukulele jam on the inter-island ferry. Now that is something we all want to be at. Wow.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, ukulele is it's an instrument that pretty much anyone can pick up and play and sound good on, and you can get very, very, like Jake Shimabukuro, playing like incredible things on the ukulele. But we use it at my school because I say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Use your third finger on the third fret, and you have a beautiful C chord. Yes.
Yeah, it's delightful for me to immerse myself just a little bit at that festival yesterday in ukulele culture. Not just what flows from Hawaii, but what has evolved in different parts of the world, and see that it's still an instrument of the people. And just as we have community choirs, like Dick and Kathy have up on, Vancouver Island, and the kind of group singing that you lead down in Georgia, singing is a particular tradition unto itself that brings people together in community. But it was delightful for me to see that people who can't sing still participate in communal music. Wait. Stop. I just heard something about. Did you I know I'm in trouble with you already.
On the end of that word "can"? Wait, just a minute.
People who are uncomfortable singing.
People who have been told at some point in their life and traumatized by that. Yeah.
Indeed.
Okay. Well, we can move on now. But
indeed, people for whom singing makes them self-conscious, for whatever reason, can pick up an ukulele and go to town on the thing. And it, just as singing has invited me into community, I watched that instrument invite other people into community. And it was a great expansion of my consciousness.
Good save. I hear a rumor that you might want to share a second song, or do you want to go back and do this one? What do you think?
Oh, I'd love to go back and do this song once more. That would be great. But I just want to say what an immense joy it is to be back with the Daily Antidote, a song. Next Monday evening, I believe, there's a family sing that Carpe Diem Arts and Daily Antidote are hosting in the evening. I'll also be a part of that, and I'm looking forward to that. I think that's on the 21st. So yeah, what a treat to have this connection, not just through the pandemic, but into the world as it is reemerging and blossoming and refreshing itself. It's so great to be in community with all of you, and thanks to Joe Rossi and Carpe Diem Arts, and to everybody who's keeping this going. Thanks to Aaron running tech for us, and our hosts. At least thank you for being here today.
It's good to be here with you, Joe.
Lay down your weapons, love has you surrounded. There is no easy way out. your shield and let your heart break just a little. Let love remove all doubt. You go through the world, everybody's sweetheart, keeping up a front that wears you down. But in a quiet moment, the truth comes out. Some days you feel like you're about to drown. So lay down your weapons, love has you surrounded. There is no easy way out. And lay down your shield and let your heart break just a little. Let love remove all doubt. There is no reason to play this charade. You can be loved for who you are. For every troubled thought that crosses your mind, please know that you are someone else's shining star. And lay down your weapons, love has you surrounded. There is no easy way out. And lay down your shield and let your heart break just a little. Let love remove all doubt. What do you need? By what measure would you know that you are more than what you achieve? When you look in the mirror, is it possible to see that you are enough? So let it breathe. And lay down your weapons, love has you surrounded. There is no easy way out. And lay down your shield and let your heart break just a little. Let love remove all doubt. And lay down your weapons, love has you surrounded. There is no easy way out. And lay down your shield and let your heart break just a little. Let love remove all doubt. Yes, lay down your shield and let your heart break just a little. Let love remove all doubt.
Oh, another gorgeous song by the fabulous Joe Jencks. Thank you so much, Joe. Oh my goodness. You can see by the joy on people's faces how much this song is speaking to all of us. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for singing. Are there any more announcements? Otherwise, other than that Monday there's a beautiful family community sing, which Joe Jencks is going to be on. Who else did you say? Do you know?
I should know that, and I don't off the top of my head. My
I
bad.
put it in. That, no worries. All right, let's say farewell to everyone coming to us on the live streaming. So good to have you with us.
Thanks
Thank,
for being here, everybody.
thank you for being with us today on the Daily Antidote of Song. Thank you to Kevin in DC, and Erin in Brooklyn, Joe in Tacoma Park, but she's driving. Thank you, Deborah in Kentucky. Deli always smiling, so good to see your beautiful face. Thank you, Dick and Kathy, for getting so many people singing. Thank you, Susan G. and Sheila in Florida with your beautiful garden. Thank you to Caroline in DC and Arlene in Berkeley. Hello to Papa Curly Top. I'm so glad there's a bunch of curly tops here today. Thank you to Laris in the UK and Carolyn in Boise. Thank you, Kathy, with Nancy at Red Rocks. We all wish we could be there with you. Thank you, Clive in Birmingham. Thank you, Susan, for joining us all the way from Seattle, and Bonnie from Boise. Thank you, Storm, with no hat on today, but the sun is making a halo over your head. Thank you, Anne in Silver Spring. Thank you, Cricket, dancing always with us in Silver Spring. Thank you, Kate in Charlottesville. Becky, so good to see you. And Bob and Leah in Illinois. And Annette, so good always to see you. Let me see, where did we go? Thank you, Sarah. Are you in Texas, I think? Yes, okay. Ooh, there are some people with some hilarious red berets. Thank you, Gary and Christy, for making us laugh. Thank you, Fred in Silver Spring. So good to see you. It was wonderful to sing with you in person last month. Kevin is with us. Woo, woo, woo. Kevin, yay. So glad to see you, Kevin. Hope to see you again tonight. And Linda in Concord, Massachusetts. Kat in Vermont. Martha, so good to see you as well. Anne in New York on a road trip. Wow. Bob and Mabel and quite a few bears today. And Phil and Shizuka in Totnes, that's with a yellow ukulele. Oh, and a shaker, an orange shaker, beautiful. Linda rockin' on Orcas Island, thanks for being here with us. Karen C. And yay, there's Willard and some more curly tops. I love all of you in Vermont, and even when you're not in Vermont. Hello, Jamie. Thanks for being with us today from Victoria. Julie in Ontario. Juana La Tejana. And Ruth on a train to Birmingham. Could we hook that train perhaps up to the Daily Antidote? Fabulous traveling vehicle. Gary is also wearing a red... I guess we're passing around red berets today. Thank you, LMG, for joining us. And Aloysius in Westford, Massachusetts. Karen in Oregon. Christy and Hindi and Hoda. And Nancy in Denver and Jane in Maryland. And let me see who I'm missing. Jane in Silver Spring. Thank you, everyone, today for being here with Joe Jencks and his beautiful song on the Daily Antidote of Song. And happy birthday to Aloysius. Happy birthday, Aloysius. So good to be with you. Thanks for joining us on the Daily Antidote of Song. And by the way, someone told us it is Laughter Yoga Day. Happy birthday, Aloysius. See you all soon. Have a beautiful, beautiful Monday.